Ladies and gentlemen, here, everywhere, online, around the world, outer space, I'm Franz.
We Robot. Al máximo, no tengo más volumen.
And on behalf of everybody at Tesla, welcome to We Robot.
We Robot. ¿Qué es esto, amigo?
Just want to thank Warner Brothers for hosting us here.
Warner
As you know,
Brothers.
this is the birthplace of many epic films, many of them depicting a vision of the future. We're here tonight to experience that future that is closer than you think.
Se viene el futuro. Vamos a experimentar el futuro que está más cerca de lo que creen.
Right? To show us that future. So it looks like Elon's on his way. So let's welcome him here.
Está viniendo Elon, dice. ¿Vamos a poder garchar robots? Ahí viene, en el Cybertruck. No, ¿qué es? El Tesla. Now playing with Robot. ¿Qué te cambió? Está más duro que más duro. No es un robot de eso, flaco. Ah, el auto este, ¿cuál es? Anda, ya anda, pa. Es como una mezcla entre el Cybertruck y el otro, boludo. ¿No? Un poquito y un poquito. Ya llega Argentina, chicos, en instantes. Ah, son los estudios de Warner esto, ¿no? Sí, como que tiene un proyector, boludo. Oh, Ciber Virgo, boludo, en bici. Nos van a vender bicicletas, boludo. Bicicletas con luces. Ahí lleva el escenario, che. Proyector tiene las luces.
Welcome. Welcome to the We Robot Party. So we have quite a show for you tonight. I think you're going to like it.
Creo que les va a gustar lo que tenemos.
See, I just arrived in the Robotaxi, the Cybercab.
Ah, es un taxi. El Robotaxi.
20 more where that came from. So they've been traveling. They're all, there's no people in them, as you can see. The car's just going by with no people.
Están automatizados, digamos. Manejan solo, no tienen.
We have 50 fully autonomous cars here tonight. So you'll see Model Ys and the Cybercab, all driverless. You'll be able to take a ride in the Cybercab. There's no steering wheel or pedals.
No tienen ni volante ni pedales.
So I hope this goes well.
Directamente.
We'll find out.
A la mierda.
So
sí, espero que salga bien.
Sci-fi movies where the future is dark and dismal, where it's not a future you want to be in. So
ahí no. Esto está hecho con IA.
But, I don't know if we want that future.
Fundió a los ilustradores, Elon Musk.
But not the bleak apocalypse. We want to have a fun, exciting future that if you could look in a crystal ball and see the future.
Amigo,
you're
ahora
like,
ni
"Yes,
siquiera
I
vas a
wish I
poder
could do that
manejar un
now."
Uber, es tremendo.
That's
¿Cómo
what we
salimos
want.
de la pobreza?
So when we think about transport today, there's a lot of kind of pain that we take for granted that we think is normal.
¿En
having
qué vamos a
to
poder laburar,
drive
boludo?
around LA in like 3 hours of traffic. Yeah, and people that live in LA, I mean, try to get from Pasadena to, El Segundo.
Bueno, esto es verdad, la cantidad de horas que se pierden
You can fly to, another city
viajando.
faster to get to cross down LA. So, and you have to drive the whole way. Unless you're in a Tesla, of course. Our Tesla already does quite well at this, supervised self-driving. So supervised
Vale
full
mucho,
full
no es
self-driving is
seguro
actually working
y no es
quite
sostenible,
well.
dice.
I'm sure there's people in the crowd, you're using that, yeah? So we'll move from supervised full self-driving to unsupervised full self-driving, where the car, you could fall asleep and wake up at your destination. So, but there's also a challenge for a lot of people that cars cost too much. I mean, when you factor in everything that goes into a car, and the car insurance, and the car payments, and the storage of the car, it's very expensive. So, and you say like, how many hours a week are cars used? Your average passenger car is only used about 10 hours a week out of 168 hours. So the vast majority of the time, cars are just doing nothing. But
Más o menos los autos se usan durante 10 horas en la semana, dice. O sea que
5 times more, maybe 10 times more. So
¿qué haces? Te compras el auto, lo usás cuando vos querés y el resto del tiempo lo pones a trabajar de Uber solo.
5 times as much value, maybe 10 times as much value. There's 168 hours
En
a
Estados
week.
Unidos, ¿no? Acá vas a caballo todavía.
So and then a bunch of those hours are looking for a parking spot, which is, can be pretty annoying at times. So we want, with autonomy, you get your time back. This
Acá
is a
vamos
very
en
big
Tito.
deal. So it's not just like it'll save lives, like a lot of lives, and prevent injuries. I think we'll see autonomous cars become 10
Los
times
autos
safer
autónomos tienen menos
than
problemas que menos choques.
If you think of
Pues ya
times
vienen bastantes,
past
vienen
where
hace
there
años
used to
testeándolos
be
en
an
Estados
elevator
Unidos y tienen
operator
menos accidentes
in every
que
elevator.
los pilotados por
But,
humano. Tienen
once in a while
accidentes,
they
pero
get-
tienen
get
mucho menos,
tired
muchísimo menos.
and,
Pero esto va a salvar vidas, dice.
shear somebody in half, So now we have automated elevators. You just get in an elevator and you press a button, and you don't even think about it. And it just takes you to the floor. And if you did see an elevator operator with a big relay switch, you'd be like, that's weird.
Bueno, habla de los
Now,
operadores
that's how cars will be.
de ascensores, ¿viste?
And it's not just the lives saved.
Y de hecho, si vas a la UBA, todavía están.
Think about the cumulative time that people spend in a car.
Yo no los había visto nunca, pero si vas a la UBA, ese trabajo nunca dejó de estar y todavía están ahí. No lo pudieron solucionar con un
Or
software.
watching a movie, or doing work, or whatever you want to do. You can think of the car in an autonomous world as being like just a little lounge. You're just sitting in a comfortable little lounge, and you can do whatever you want while you're in this comfortable little lounge. And when you get out, you will be at your destination. So, yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Tiene todo el sentido del mundo, tiene. De hecho, yo le veo un gran valor a utilizar Uber hoy en día. No es algo autónomo, pero le veo un gran valor a el hecho de pagás, alguien te lleva, amigo, es un lujazo. Yo no utilizo mucho el vehículo. Claramente puedo tener un vehículo, pero la verdad que no lo utilizo tanto. Y cuando me tengo que mover, me muevo en Uber, boludo.
Whereas the cost of Cybercab, we think probably over time, from the operating cost is probably going to be around 20 cents a mile. And price, including taxes and everything else, probably ends up being 30 or 40 cents a mile. So, yes, and you will be able to buy one.
Van a poder comprar, es el pepino ese, dice, el auto no, pero el pepino, nosotros
Yes,
creo que vamos a poder
exactly.
comprar el pepino.
And we expect the cost to be below $30,000.
$30,000.
And I think there'll be an interesting, business model where, like, let's say somebody is an, Uber or Lyft driver today, where they can actually sort of manage a fleet of cars and like a sort of manage, I don't know, 10, 20 cars, and just sort of, take care of them like a shepherd tends their flock. You have a little your flock of cars.
Dice,
and you're the
la
shepherd
gente va a
and you
poder
take care of your
invertir en
flock of
varios y
cars.
vas a
I think that'd be
poder
pretty cool.
atender tus autos.
And
Con
I
eso
think it's going to be a glorious future. It's
20
gonna be
autos
really
necesitas 600 lucas verde igual.
So,
Así que si tenés medio
Well,
millón de
yes.
dólares, claro que
all excellent
vas a poder
questions.
tener tus 15, 20 taxis,
So,
amigo.
we do expect actually to start fully autonomous, unsupervised FSD in Texas and California next year.
El año que viene ya van a tener, creo, la licencia para poder ponerlo en Texas y en California.
That's with the Model 3 and Model Y. And then we expect to be in production with the Cybercab, which is really highly optimized for autonomous transport in probably, well, I tend to be a little optimistic with timeframes, but in 2026. So
Más o menos lo van a poder
Yeah.
comprar en 2026.
before 2027, let me put it that way. And we'll make this vehicle in very high volume, and but well before that, you will experience a robotic taxi via the Model 3 and Model Y program, and Model S and X too. But your 3 and Y will achieve unsupervised full self-driving with permission in wherever regulators essentially approve it in the U.S. and then to follow in outside the U.S. So, and it's Cybertruck too, yes, of course. Sorry, I don't want to yes. All our cars, basically, all cars.
Está
that
re
we make.
contento. Está diciendo que todos los autos dentro de poco ya los que ya están, también van a poder hacer eso.
Let's not get
Pero
me
después
wrong here.
van a vender el otro modelo que es más barato, que va a ser solo para eso,
Next slide.
para venderlo tipo como taxi. Ese jiji. Sí, jiji
So,
al muchacho, sí.
one of the reasons why the computer can be so much better than a person is that we have millions of cars that are training on driving. So it's like living millions of lives
Un robot
simultaneously
tiene
and seeing very unusual
1 millón de vidas de experiencia.
situations that a person in their entire lifetime would not see. But
No, bueno, pero ¿qué hace?
hopefully,
¡Ey!
yeah, exactly. So
Aprende, che.
With that amount of training data, it's obviously going to be much better than
¿Lo podés
what
poner en
humans
modo
can be,
antipiquete?
because you can't live a million lives. And it's also, it can see in all directions simultaneously, and it doesn't get tired or text or any of those things. So,
¿Entenderá? Tipo, si empieza a
it
ver
will actually be, like you said,
los cosas del polo obrero,
20
del
times safer than
PTS, empieza a ver todo eso.
for all those reasons. And I want to emphasize that
¿Actúa bien?
the solution that we have is AI and vision. So there's no expensive equipment needed. So the Model 3 and Model Y and S and X that we make today will be capable of full autonomy unsupervised. And
Los modelos que están
means
vendiendo
that
del modelo
our
3 y
cost
el
of
modelo 1,
producing
creo que son los
a
que
vehicle
son
is
autos,
low.
también van a
Now,
poder
we
tener,
already actually overspec the
van a poder ser
computer for the
autónomos sin
Cybercab.
supervisación.
So our AI5 computer will be somewhat overspec'd. And because I think there's actually also an opportunity, sort of like in Amazon Web Services, where if the car's driving for 50 hours a week, there's still over 100 hours left. And there's a potential there to have a massive amount of distributed inference compute, where if you've got, like, say, a fleet of 100 million vehicles and a kilowatt of efficient inference compute, you have 100 gigawatts of compute, which is really quite substantial. And if it's there, you might as well use it. So, yeah, so that I think will make sense. So, all right.
No entendí
So our
bien.
autonomous
Se
future
puso bastante
is
técnico.
here.
¿Pero qué está hablando? ¿De que se puede
As I said,
utilizar
Tesla's driving autonomously.
los autos medio como
We're
servidores
trying to give you a
también?
sense of what cities
Tipo el
will
poder
be like in the
computacional de
future.
los autos, algo así.
And when you get in, you'll see, like, it's really quite a wild experience to just be in a car with no steering wheel, no pedals, no controls, and it feels great. So, and you know, we have enough vehicles here, so everyone should be able to.
No tiene
try it
espejo
out
retrovisor, claro, no
and,
mira para atrás.
experience the set that we've built here. It's a very big set, so it's like really we've used.
No tiene espejitos ni a los costados
20, 30
ni
acres or something like
tiene.
that. It's really big, so it goes on. The ride's long, and we
Ni
set
tiene
up,
vidrio
we set
atrás,
up to
claro.
feel like a ride, like a park ride. So it'll be cool.
Todo
You'll
camaritas,
get to
¿eh?
experience it tonight. Something we're also doing is, and it's really high time we did this, is inductive charging.
Mirá.
So the robotaxi has no plug. It just goes over the inductive charger and charges. So, yeah,
Va a tener ahí
kind of how
como.
it should be.
No sé cómo, acá se llama wireless, no sé. Como le
Thanks,
dicen.
guys. I love you too.
Que no tiene para enchufar, tipo, se le pega a una estación y ya empieza a cargar.
One of the things that
Inducción,
is
¿es?
really interesting is how will this affect the cities that we live in? And when you drive around a city, or when the car drives you around a city, you'll see there's a lot of parking lots. There's parking lots everywhere, parking garages. And so what would happen if you have an autonomous world is that you can now turn parking lots into parks.
Claro.
And so
Si el auto no tiene que estar estacionado, no tiene tiempo muerto el auto porque lo estás usando constantemente, no necesitas estacionamiento. O no necesitas tanto espacio en estacionamiento porque el auto está constantemente operativo, ¿me entendés? Está haciendo algo.
green space in the cities that we live in.
¿Y esto? Como un...
So that would be quite fantastic. Oh, and also, what happens if you need a vehicle that is bigger than a Model Y?
Es una tostadora, amigo, es verdad. A ver, ni vidrio tiene.
The Robovan. The Robovan is...
El Robovan.
We're going to make this, and it's going to look like that.
Tremendo,
Now, can you imagine
amigo.
going down the streets and you see this coming towards you?
Es como como un trencito parece, ¿no? Como no está mal. ¿Cuántos
This
muchachos
can
bajaron?
carry up to 20 people, and it can also transport goods.
Hasta 20
So you can
personas.
configure it for goods transport within a city, or transport of up to 20 people at a time. So this
Mirá el
is
Robovan, che.
the Robovan is what's gonna solve for high density. So if you want to take a sports team somewhere, or you're looking to really get the cost of travel down to, I don't know, 5-10 cents a mile, then you can use the Robovan.
Ahora, sinceramente se ve
Some people call
futurista.
it the Robovan, but
Yo
So,
sé que
yeah.
cuesta ver esto y pues
you know,
no
one
lo
thing
asocias a
we
nada,
wanna do
boludo,
in
pero
increasing
se ve
the
futurista.
Cybertruck
Ponés
is we
un
wanna
par de
change the-
4, 5, 6
the
de
look
esos
of
por
the road.
ahí y
the
ya te
future
cambian el panorama,
should
¿eh?
look like the future.
Estamos viendo el futuro, hermano.
So,
Ay, no sé si estará preparado
Speaking
para
of
lo más
robots.
burro. Está muy bajito, amigo.
so everything we've developed for our cars, the batteries, power electronics, the advanced motors, gearboxes, the software, the AI inference computer, it all actually applies to a humanoid robot. It's the same techniques. It's just a robot with arms and legs instead of a robot with wheels. And we've made a lot of progress
Ya caminan estos hijos de puta, amigo.
with the Optimus.
Optimus
And
Prime.
as you can see, we started up with someone in a robot suit, sort of down, and then we've progressed dramatically year after year.
No,
So if you
amigo, ya
extrapolate
perdimos.
this, you're really going to have
Estamos
something
viendo
spectacular,
el
something
fin.
that anyone could own. So you could have your own personal R2-D2 C3PO.
Lo
And
hackean a Elon Musk cuando
I
están
think
mirando un
at
meme en
scale,
Twitter,
this
hackean
would
Tesla
cost something like,
y a
I don't know,
partir de ahí
$30,000.
les meten
Probably less than a car.
un virus a estos
My
cosos y
prediction long
cagamos, boludo.
Now, you know,
Se
take us
perdió,
a minute
jeje.
to get to the long term, but but fundamentally
No, no
at
hay
scale,
chance, no hay
the
chance.
Optimus robot.
No,
you should be able
voy yo a
to
la puerta a buscar el
buy an
paquete, quédate
Optimus
tranquilo.
robot
No, la planta la arreglo
for
yo, quédate tranquilo.
probably 20
No,
to
yo juego con mi hija,
$30,000
tranquilo.
So, and what can it do? It'll
¿Qué
be
haces
able to
sentado a la
do
mesa?
anything you want.
No,
So
juega
it
juego de
can,
mesa. Ya está.
Be a teacher, babysit your kids. It can walk your dog, mow your lawn.
Podés jugar
get
un
the
juego de mesa
groceries,
con algún amigo que
just be your friend, serve
compraste.
drinks. Whatever you can think of, it will do.
Podés tener un esclavo
And, yeah, it's
nuevamente.
going to be awesome. And I think this will be
Tu abuelo te había contado cómo era tener un esclavo. Ahora lo podés tener nuevamente. Para que tengas un poco más de familiaridad.
of the 8 billion people on Earth,
Más realidad
I think everyone's
histórica.
their Optimus buddy. And there's going to be
Le
some
hicimos las
things,
manitas blancos, pero
and then there'll be-
la
there'll be
cara es
some
negra.
products and services. I
Compralo
predict
ahora,
actually,
aparte este no
provided
tiene
we
ningún tipo de
address
derechos.
risks of digital superintelligence. 80% 80% probability of good outcome.
Como los viejos
Look on the bright
tiempos.
side. The cup is 80% full.
Tremendo, ¿eh? Se nos va la vida,
The
gente.
cost of products and services will decline dramatically, and basically anyone will be able to have any products and services.
Nah,
they
y aparte
want.
ya sabés lo que viene.
It will be
Lo
an
primero
age
que
of
se va a vender
abundance.
con ese robot es un
The likes
culo
of
de,
those
de
people
silicona
have
para
not-
agarcharte el robot.
Almost no one
Se
has
va a
it.
vender unas
It'll be
tetas,
something special.
se va a vender la cabeza con boca
Now,
para
one
que
of the things we
petee,
wanted
la
to
mano,
show
la mano
tonight
pajeadora de... O sea, lo primero que van a hacer
Optimus
es
is not
garcharse de este robot. Es lo
a
primero que
hero.
van a hacer. Nadie va a
not
decir, me regás la planta. O sea, lo primero que van a hacer es enlecharle el culo al
The
robot.
Optimus robots will
Es,
walk among
es,
you.
es así, es así. Esto es así.
Please be nice to the Optimus robots. So you'll be able to walk right up to them, and
Y
they'll serve drinks at the bar.
sirven tragos.
And
De leche.
you'll directly. I mean, that's just, it's a wild experience just to have humanoid robots, and they're there. You're just in front of you. So, yeah. With that, let's party. I love you guys too.
Ah,
If
la
you look at
jodita.
that, the gazebo over there. Let's get the party started.
Let's party. Ah, ¿se enfiestan? ¿Los robots? Ah, bueno. ¿Menean? El meneadito ponele. No sé que ya te digo que tiene el de la derecha ya está cogible, amigo. ¿Están tirando unos meneaditos? En cualquier momento le rompo el orto. Le falta solo el trajecito por arriba, boludo. Porque ya un borracho te lo pongo, pero un robot de esto, no sé cómo hago para... me gana sí o sí. No necesita armas, no lo pongo ni en pedo, amigo. Me parto la mano que se le mete una piña. Le metes un tiro, se te caga de risa, boludo. Ojo, el silencio. Ya está, se fue Elon. Se va el bondi bastante feito. El bondi bastante feito. No me gustó mucho el bondi. El auto está bien porque es lo mismo, nada más que medio cerradito. What is love? La idea de los autos es realmente revolucionaria. La implementación del auto en modo taxi, creo que terminó esto. La implementación del auto taxi que está todo el día laburando es una buena inversión, calculo. Muy buena. A ver, ¿está haciendo tragos? ¿Qué está haciendo? A ver. ¿Querés pelear? Le dijo. El robot, mira. Un miedo me da esto. Che, hay que tratarlos bien, Emotea. ¿Te imaginas que hay un muchacho abajo? Era re trucha. ¿De qué trabajas vos? Yo trabajo de... Me hago el robot, amigo. Le pagan mejor al robot que a mí, así que... Laburo de Tesla Robot, pero hasta que pueda comprar uno. Mira, tira los pasos. Es bueno, dice, es bueno. Es bueno. O sea, la gente ahí se puede subir al autito para dar unas vueltitas. En la Matrix, boludo. Matrix, Skyrim, ya está más que predicho lo que va a pasar. Ya está, todo eso va a suceder. Hay que ir buscando otro lugar para vivir. Hay que enfierrarse bien duro para poder matar un par de robots, porque se va a armar, sí o sí. Es contra los robots, No hay más. ¿Para vos? A ver. ¿Vos querés? Acá tenés esta. Vení. A chuparla si querés. ¿Cómo? No, sí. Ah, mirá, ¿qué? ¿Le entendió? Le ganó. Le hizo un piedra, papel y tijera, pero le hizo lento el robot. El robopaja le hizo. Lleve, le dice. Tup, y suelta, Hello. Sí. A ver. Hola. Fuera de joda, yo he ido a eventos que hay gente que lo único que hace es eso. Ya le sacaste el laburo a alguien. O sea, yo he ido a eventos que estás ahí, la presentación de un juego, cosas, y hay gente que está 5 horas atrás de un mostrador entregando remera. ¿Bien las bandejas? Cortaron el live. ¿Se cortó? Ah, ya quería que me entregara. Así no se puede, amigo. Así no se puede, Black. No, ya terminó. Adiós, maldito idiota.